But now I would like to introduce Your Royal Highness Princess Marie, who will talk about her experiences on our trip to Uganda just before everything shut down. So very welcome.
And thank you, Birgitte. That was an amazing speech. Very important subject you raised. Totally agree with power, men or women. So now I'm going to talk about something a little bit more positive. And good morning, everyone. I am so overjoyed that I get to be here and tell you about my experience with your amazing organization. I feel so privileged that I've gotten the opportunity to see your work out in the world, and I've gotten to talk to so many people whose lives you have changed for the better. So in March of this year, just before Corona closed down the world, we could have stayed in Uganda for 3 or 4 months, but we didn't. We took the plane just before everything happened. I managed to visit Uganda with your organization, and it was an absolutely amazing experience. I was greeted by your country manager, Peter Bo, and who leads the Uganda office with great enthusiasm. And those of you who know him can probably imagine that he had thought of everything in regard to our visit. I don't know if you're here, Peter Bo, but thank you. He's here, good. So it was a week full of insights into many different aspects of your work. We met refugees from Congo and South Sudan who were getting help with different income-generating activities. In Kampala, I learned to make fuel out of excess coal dust and household waste, fuel that pollutes less, accessible to everyone, and does not put a strain on the environment. An innovative project that both helps integrate refugees and gives the less fortunate access to fuel for cooking. We also visited some women in the north of Uganda who had escaped from South Sudan, and thanks to the inclusive attitude towards refugees in Uganda, had gotten a second chance and a new life. They were part of an exciting project about growing sweet potatoes for the Danish market. The project included a local manufacturer, a Danish distributor, and a Danish shipping company. It will be an exciting project to follow. We also met other refugees and locals who, through different innovative projects, had improved their lives, and they all had one thing in common. They were all very, very proud of everything they had managed to create. And when we asked the locals what it was like to get so many people in their country, which already does not have a lot of resources, the answer was, we are brothers and sisters. And that pretty much says everything. We also met some of the local duty bearers, especially selected and trained locals whose job is to make sure that the local authorities stick to their responsibilities and that planned projects actually happen. I met the impressive Helen, who, despite her disability, she was in a wheelchair, had helped fight for the development of her health care so pregnant women would have better conditions during birth. Because of her disability, Helen already had a lot to deal with, but she still volunteered to fight for the improvement of her community. She was really impressive. So the energy, pride, and love I met there has truly made a huge impression and impact on me. And back in Kampala, I got the opportunity to talk to some kids and young people who had signed up for Fridays for Future. I think you know the project. Some impressive, well-spoken, charming young people who I know will have a positive impact on the future of Uganda. They had the right attitudes towards climate change and a good understanding of the problems it can result in, especially for the less fortunate in society. So in short, I got the opportunity to witness how your work gives even the very poorest people a chance to fight for their most basic civil rights. And I saw how gender equality and climate change is a factor in all of the projects. And how the production of sustainable crops for their consumption, as well as the export market and other innovative activities, have created strong village communities. So it was an amazing trip with amazing co-workers, and I was so impressed and inspired and very proud and very grateful, and I want to thank you so much for your work. Thank you. Have a great day.